I was born in the little bitty town of Flowood, Mississippi, right in the middle of a hot and sultry southern summer. And I stayed in Mississippi, and that's where I grew up. First I lived in Meridian, then we moved to Rolling Fork, then we lived to Biloxi, and then we lived to Oxford. And I don't mean the Oxford we live in now, I mean Oxford, Mississippi. Ooh, hotty toddy. Being a kid was awesome, but I don't have to tell you guys that because you've been really fortunate to grow up so far in towns where you can have a childhood that's so much like my own. I mean, it's really incredible. People in the States talk about having to lock the doors and keep the kids inside, and you guys are out riding your bicycles in the middle of the street. And that's what it was like when I was a kid. I rode my bike everywhere and I played with all the neighbors' kids, and I just generally had a great time because if I didn't, someone was going to tell my mama and I was going to get in big trouble. So, there you go. My favorite game as a kid was making business cards. And I know that sounds super silly, but that was the most fun I had. And I made business cards so I could be a lawyer and a businesswoman and a veterinarian and a doctor and any myriad of other occupations. And so it's really kind of funny that now I'm the head of marketing and my job is to make business cards. So maybe I wasn't so far off after all. We used to go on vacation every summer with your granny, your Gammy, and your grandpa, and we would go to Florida, and we would go with my whole family, also with my grandmother and my aunts and uncles and all of my cousins, and we would rent a condo on the beach in Florida and just play in the waves for a week. The best present we ever received was a cat. My grandmother brought us back this amazing Siamese cat, a little tiny kitten, and gave it to us, and we loved it. Well, I mean, your aunts and I loved it. Your Gammy and your grandpa, not so much. So did we have pets? You bet we had pets. We had loads and loads and loads of cats. I would bring home cats from everywhere, and I can definitely remember a time when I picked up a stray cat that had this horrible scar and sore down the back of his legs, and your grandmother must have a heart attack, and I nursed him back to health, and then he was mine. So yeah, we had loads of pets.